In episode 9, we finished exploring the Loch Ness area and completed our trip to northern Scotland.
But we truly had no idea what natural beauty lay ahead of us on the rest of our trip. These sights would truly be amazing, and we would love every moment of it.
It's the Williams family.
Starting off this day, we traveled up about 4 miles from our hotel to this site. This site was about 3,000 to 4,000 year old cemetery, but no one, of course, was ever found actually buried here. What they do believe is that they placed these stones for markers for families to come back and be able to mourn the loss of their loved one. But this site was pretty decent sized. There was other ones in the area where they had found buried people at them. But there's a few other places where they've found these type of small fields also. Other ones they have found bodies at, but I guess this one they did not. But today they try and keep everybody from walking near them because the way that they buried them is they dug a shallow hole to put the stone into and then packed it full of moss and then other smaller stones to be able to try and keep it upright. And as the decades and centuries have gone by, some of them have slowly toppled over. Most of these seem like they're still doing pretty good. Like I said, as long as they keep people away from them, then they're not disturbing the ground. But anyway, we have a couple of more short stops on our way up to Wick. Wick, there's a castle, and then we'll go up to Jack O'Grady's, or Groats. That's the corner up there in the northeastern tip of Scotland, where they tend to see a lot of dolphins and orcas and other various sea life. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next stop. So we're almost to the second spot. It's actually going to be over that way somewhere. And then there's a third spot that we're going to go that's also within walking distance. One thing you're going to see around here is a lot of abandoned structures. This one right here is just one that was along the trail. A couple of room houses, it look like. Maybe a three-room house. You can see down there one gigantic stone over the fireplace. Pretty cool. And on the back side back there, you can't tell. It might have been just a garden with the fence around it, or it could have been yet another structure. And then over there, it looks like that was a stone quarry for the area, possibly for these bigger stones, maybe even the smaller ones. And then over here, you can see the cows. Yep, those are cows. So we were gonna keep going down that way. Really boggy. That's what the wooden little walkways are from, is because there are a lot of little boggy areas. A little faded. So I do still believe that hill fort was up there. I don't see us making it to that. Kind of neat how they built little doorways. I'm sure they hung like animal furs and such to help finish blocking the wind. But even without a roof in here, it still blocks the wind pretty good. across that direction down the hill. There's this wall. That looks like it would have been a good quarry area. And then there's a very, very old stone wall, looks like, over there. And then a more modern abandoned structure.
Our next stop was the Castle of Wick, the old Castle of Wick. It was here perched along the side of the seashore with a sheer drop on both sides. It was a very picturesque spot, and it was quite windy like it was up in the other areas. Except this area, it was almost next to impossible to get any audio.
So unfortunately, the castle is closed right now because of some instability in one of the walls. Still an amazing view around it though.
Our next stop was Duncansby's Head Lighthouse. This corner up here was the northeast corner of Scotland. From this point, you could see the Orkney Islands across the water, and you could see back down to John O'Groats, which is a very popular tourist area for hikers and motorcyclists on their round trip around the mainland of Scotland. But it is also home to the Duncansby's Stacks, which we'll see momentarily, which are just off the coast, and they are very picturesque. And here we start to get our first views of the Duncansby Stacks. Here's a sign up at John O'Groats. From this point you can hop on a ferry and it takes you straight across the short little hop of the water to the Orkney Islands.
Almost to the northern tip of the main Great Britain island. The northernmost point of the main island, Britain. It's a huge, very domineering spot for the area. It sticks out, of course, from all the land around it, and it is just a huge, gigantic cliff on the edge. this is from the highest point right near the northernmost point of Britain. Just drove a few minutes down the road from the most northern point of Britain. Found this massive beach. So they've actually found a lot of Viking pieces over the years washed up in this area.
In our next video, we start the drive back down. We climb through houses that are 3,000 to 4,000 years old and explore a fort from the 1800s. We will see you guys next time, and remember, like and subscribe if you like it, and if you want to see more places in Europe, just give suggestions down below.